Joining me now, the man himself, Missouri Congressman and Chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Jason Smith. Mr. Chairman, good to see you today. Thanks very much for being here.
It's good to be with you, Maria.
Well, you just heard Josh Shapiro, and this could be Kamala Harris's running mate, and he's talking about cutting corporate taxes. Is this just campaign talk, or is this actual policy that will be implemented should she go to the White House?
You know, Maria, I appreciate that the governor supports President Trump and also House Republicans in lowering rates to be more competitive with other countries. However, clearly, that is not where the Vice President Harris is. Vice President Harris, as you had pointed out, she didn't support the 21% rates that were passed in 2017. In fact, she wants to raise them 7 points higher than what even Joe Biden wanted to raise them to 35%. And you know what, Maria? That would make us one of the highest corporate tax rates in the world. We would be 10 points higher than communist China, and we would be tied with Cuba. That's the kind of economy that Vice President Harris wants to throw on all Americans.
Well, I mean, what do you make of this rewrite of history? Now we understand that they're saying, the Democrats are saying, that she was never the border czar. That was never her portfolio. So she has nothing to do with the border crisis. She also says she has nothing to do with Biden's economic policy, even though she was the tiebreaker on at least two major spending packages valued at $2.5 trillion, which, of course, partly led us to 40-year high inflation. She also says she's not against, the Democrats are also saying, no, she's not against fracking either. So it's a complete different agenda, although we don't really know what her agenda is. She hasn't voiced that at all.
You know, she can't hide from the facts, and she can't hide from her own words and her own public statements. You can go on YouTube and see every video that counters what she's trying to say right now. What we do know, Maria, is that the Democrats will go to the extremes to make sure that they don't lose control over the American people and that they don't lose power. Vice President Harris, Maria, was the deciding vote on the American Rescue Plan and also the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States Senate. And those two pieces of legislation led to a $10 trillion spending spree that led to inflation going up more than 20.1% since Vice President Harris and Joe Biden took the oath of office.
Well, I want to look further into that as we hear more from Kamala Harris in terms of what her agenda will look like. She hasn't really given us anything. All we have is what she's been doing as vice president. And as you say, it's been all of that. It's been no fracking. It's been higher taxes. It's been, certainly completely opposite when you talk about regulation as President Trump. But I want to get your take on government funding, because obviously this is another black eye for Congress. Congress breaking for the August recess again without passing a 2025 federal budget and the spending bills that we were expecting. Lawmakers now have until September 30th to pass those 12 spending bills to keep the government running. Where are we on this? And the national debt has reached $35 trillion for the first time ever this week. Are we looking at another continuing resolution? And how come it's been so difficult to pass the spending bills that you need to?
You know, Maria, the majority of the spending bills have been passed out of the House of Representatives. The Senate has not been able to even pass one. And in order to get something to the president's desk, both chambers have to do their job. This is no surprise. There will not be a government shutdown. It looks like it's going to be Groundhog Day all over again, Maria, where you'll see a CR in September that will probably go to December after the elections, and then that's when the funding bill will probably be passed.
Do you think that's because the Senate is being run by the Democrats? They don't want to pass anything?
I absolutely believe that. I think the Democrats are wanting to see how the elections turn out,
sure.
And that will decide if they will come to the table to legislate or hold out until they might control a different chamber.
Well, that's very disturbing, okay? That's very disturbing, Congressman.